and welcome back to Mount Blade Warband as the Faith Militant. Now, first of all, I must say a huge thanks to all of you who submitted a character to be considered as a member of the Council of the Most Devout. You have made some incredible stories, and some of them were more elaborate than others, but still, I appreciate the effort all of you guys have put in. I'm actually quite overwhelmed by the amount of suggestions I have gotten, especially for the aspect of the warrior and the smith. I guess it's not really surprising still. I was a bit overwhelmed. And the problem is that you made so many suggestions, but there are only a few, well, positions on the council left. And so I have to make some really tough decisions. And I have not yet decided every position, but I will reveal the council member that will represent the warrior on the Council of the Most Devout today. He's actually the gentleman standing right behind me that you can see there in the fires. Now, I actually wanted to show off Dragonstone a little bit today because that's where we are right now. We have roamed quite a lot of the Seven Kingdoms. I think we were in the Riverlands, even up to the Reach and the Stormlands to gather some more men, some more poor fellas. And this gentleman right here, you can see behind us, he's going to be the one to train and lead them into battle. But we're back in Dragonstone. I wanted to show you around. The problem is it's so dark that we can't really see much, so I think we'll just stop it. But yeah, I think I've teased you enough. I will now reveal the character that will represent the warrior on the Council of the Most Devout, and also the character who will lead the poor fellas in battle. So here is his story. So I want to thank Daysniper for his suggestion of Septon Jonathan. He created a very elaborate and long backstory. It's so detailed, in fact, that I can't put all of it into this episode. So if you are interested to, about this character, interested in this character, and you want to know all about him, go back to episode 5 and check the comment section for the entry of Septon Jonathan. Now, I do want to point out a few significant parts of his history, though. First of all, Septon Jonathan does claim to be the descendant of a pirate lord of the Stepstones, who later joined the Corsair King of the Basilisk Isles. Now, this may be debatable, but in any case, it doesn't really matter, since Septon Jonathan and all other Septons actually abandoned their family names upon entering and serving the faith. So it doesn't really matter who his forefathers were. He's only going to be judged by his own merit. Now, what we do know, though, is that Septon Jonathan was an apprentice of a wandering Septon in his early youth. He would travel the Riverlands. He was raised there. He would travel the Riverlands with a Septon, and he was raised in the light of the Seven. Now, when the War of the Five Kings started, he actually marched with the northern host once they came upon his village, or the village that he was in, and he was actually taught the way of sword and lance. However, soon the lions pounced upon the Riverlands, and he was actually taken captive. Now, luckily, he somehow managed to escape, but afterwards he was without anyone, without any friends, without any food, shelter, nothing. But he found a group of Septons, begging brothers, in fact, on the King's Road, heading for King's Landing, and they traveled together with a knight. The knight's name was Sir Andrew, who eventually took Jonathan as his squire and taught him a lot more about how to fight with sword and spear, and also how a knight should behave. Now, Septon Jonathan was actually never knighted. He's not a knight himself, but he does know how to fight, and that's why he's going to lead our poor fellas. And eventually Sir Andrew actually died. Septon Jonathan took on his sword, which is why he actually carries two swords. I will show you a little bit later. And eventually, when news reached him of the Faith Militant being successful in capturing Dragonstone, he made his way there to join the Faith Militant. And today, I proudly present him as the one member of the Council of the Most Devout to represent the warrior. So congratulations, Septon Jonathan and Daysniper, as you're known in the comment section. You are now going to represent the aspect of the warrior on the Council of the Most Devout. And as you can see, you are a Septon, but you are a Septon dressed for battle. We'll have a look at your equipment in a second, but for now, we obviously need to get out of here. And as I have mentioned, we have gathered quite a few poor fellas over, well, I guess over the course of of the last episode and in between episodes. And now I think we should have a look at their leader. Septon Jonathan, you are going to be on foot. You will not ride a horse like the warrior sons, but that will allow you to use some weapons that others can't. So instead of a lance, you just have a spear. That's something you wanted to have. You have your one-handed sword, a curved sword. You have a nice Pavis shield, and you have a two-handed sword. This was the sword of the knight that you joined in the Riverlands and who you traveled with to King's Landing. Well, and then to Duskendale. As for your gear, you have some mail boots and some mail gauntlets, a cattle hat, and you wear the official clothing of the poor fellas of the stars. Yeah, I might be able, or I might give you an upgrade on that if you prove worthy. But for now, I think this is fine. As a commander, you should definitely get a better upgrade, a better gear. But at the moment, you can't really wear much better gear. So I think this is fine. So yeah, other than that, as you can see, our levy is actually doing quite well. We could actually go for 50 more men. The problem is we're kind of running out of funds. And that is an actual issue. Because, well, I could recruit a few more men. And we are making some money from the citizens in Land's End, Cracklar Point, the Claw Isle, and Dragonstone. But it's not really sufficient. And also our productive enterprises are not really enough to cover our costs. So we definitely need to do something about this, and I actually already came up with an idea. Now, you might know that Sir Bonifer the Good, he was a tourney knight before he fell in love with Riel Targaryen. In fact, he even was still a tourney knight afterwards, but then, when she got married, that day he put his tourney lands away and, well, went into the service of the Faith of the Seven by, founding his Holy 100. And I think the time has come that he picks up his tourney lands again, because we need to make money. And, of course, the Order is, we're against fighting in tournaments for personal glory or personal gain, but this is important. We need to make money. So I think that all of the Knights of the Warrior Sons, and perhaps even our Squire Aemon, and even maybe the Lord Berengar Perrin, should enlist in some tournaments around Westeros, because if we can make some money from these tournaments, we can use that to strengthen our order and rebuild the poor fellas, and then we can we're going to be much better set for for other things that we want to do, such as converting all of Westeros. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to I don't know why I'm so excited here, but yeah, we're going to obviously go to the Lord's Hall, because there's something I need to do. I need to speak to our minister. In fact, I need to speak to a Castellan. In fact, you are the Seneschal. I don't think you're the right person to talk to. No, you're not the right person. I need to talk to a Castellan, because our Castellan, he is the one in charge of our garrison and stuff. So I would like to talk to him about recruits and training. So I would like to recruit some new soldiers. So far, we have only recruited poor fellas, right? But we also need some more archers. They have done an amazing job during the defense of the Claw Isle, and right now we don't really have we don't actually have a character representing the Maiden on the Council of the Most Devout, and until that happens, nobody is really there to lead our archers into battle. So I think for now we will give the task of training our archers to our Castellan, and I think the Vale archers have really done a great job. So I think we'll recruit a few of them. But apparently we don't have a whole lot of money. 10 is all we can do? Fine. Well, in that case, you know what? Let's just talk about recruits and training. And I would like you to train some recruits in Claw Isle, and I want them to be ranged. Yes. Hire additional trainers, that's fine. We will do that, and hopefully he's going to do a good job. It means we might have to drop off a few of the poor fellas to be trained up as archers, but I think that's something I can do. Oh, and look at that. That's something I didn't even know. He actually has the 7-pointed star. Huh. Awesome. Well, that's a nice detail I did not see before. Does he have the same thing? Does he also have the 7-pointed star embroidered? He does. He does indeed. All right, great. Well, it only makes sense, of course, but I wasn't aware of that. So now that we might want to have a look at the 7 kingdoms of Westeros. So right now we are, well, right here. We can see this book. In fact, you're actually right here. This is where we are at Dragonstone. And something that is not shown is right here. There we have the 3 sisters, and I think this should be our next target. As soon as we build up enough finances, enough troops, we should declare war on the 3 sisters, because they would be in an excellent starting position to invade the north. And you know, I think after all of the donation we have made, after all of the charity work that we have done in the Vale, the rulers of the Vale should actually be liking us enough so that they will not interfere when we attack the 3 sisters. But I'm not too sure yet. There's still many things to do, and I might have the Council of the Most Devout support me on this decision. So far, obviously, it's not fully reinstated, but I think that the current members of the Most Devout can already make a decision. So yeah, we'll think about this a little bit more, but this is just a plan I have to take over the 3 sisters, because they are by far the weakest faction, well, I guess apart from us, in Westeros. And as I said, they would really be a prime location to start an attack on White Harbor, because taking over Mort Caelan from the land is nearly impossible. So all we could really do is take over Flint's Finger, and then that is it. So I think this is what we want to do. But still, before we can do that, we obviously need to build up our garrison. We need to build up our levies, and of course our finances. So I think I'm going to be dropping off some troops here in Dragonstone and the Claw Isle, and then I will try and find some tournaments. So I will see you guys in a second. So maybe due to the ongoing wars in Westeros, we don't really have many tournaments over there. So I'm actually currently at Braavos attending this tournament, and these are the last remaining people in this tournament. And we now have, I think, yeah, 4 teams with 2 fighters each. We're going to place a bet on ourselves. Now, of course, gambling is something that the faith frowns upon, just like, well, fighting these tournaments for glory. But here's the thing. We must do this for the good of our faith, and we will send all of this money directly to the order. This is nothing that we keep personally for our own glory or anything. So I think it's fine under this circumstance to actually place a bet on ourselves. So we'll do that, and if we do this, we'll earn 500 coins. So I think, yeah, we would be close to 3,500 just earning from the bets. So I hope that we can win. So we'll find the next round. We actually also had a tournament in Hull. I participated in that, but we actually lost. So yeah, there we are. Actually, I want you to fight with me. This is how I've been fighting these tournaments. I have basically waited in the shadows until it is my time to strike. So hopefully these 2 guys, no, they're coming to me. Nope. Okay, they're gonna engage each other. So basically, this way, I always had a numerical advantage whenever we fought the enemies. I mean, it could be a 2-on-2. This would be the worst case scenario. But it might even be possible that one of them goes down as well. So yeah, this guy went down. Elaine of Barrington seems to be a pretty decent guy, but now they're fighting it. No, they're the same team. All right, so let's go ahead, Patrick. So Patrick, come on, we can do this. Let's take a 2-handed sword. Okay, nice. Okay, we took out Elaine. All right, pretty good. That worked out quite well. I know it's not, maybe not the courageous thing to do. This has nothing to do with fighting for the faith. This is only to make money. So I feel like it makes sense. So now we have Sir Patrick, we have Elaine, and Rodri Sand. Okay, so 2 teams with 1 fighter each. So it's just going to be me against someone else. We should win this, because we're a pretty decent fighter. So let me see. Okay, there he is. All right, now we also have Sir Bonifer and Lancel and the others fighting with us. They're not really doing all that well, but at least in the earlier rounds, they help us stay alive, which is obviously good, so I can make it to the later rounds. You're too slow, man. You are simply too slow, dude. Too slow. Alright, so we'll place a last... Who do we have? Is Elaine? It's Elaine of Barrington. Ah, man. Seems like a northerner. A northerner. Filthy northerner. If he's gonna take this away from us, I'm gonna be pretty mad. But we can't let that happen, of course not. So he has a 2-handed sword, if I'm not mistaken. That's what he uses. Or, no, he has a 1-handed. Huh, that's actually interesting. I thought he'd be using a two-handed for sure. Well, that actually makes it better for us. Oh, he does have a two-handed, yes. Well, you are now too slow. We just cut you down like that. Very nice indeed. Whew. Alright, so this was a tournament we won. Nice. So, we have won the melee of Braavos. Filled with pride? No, we're not. The crowd cheers our name. That's something we are not interested in. But in addition to honor, fame, and glory, we earn a prize of 200 coins, but also 3,000 coins from clever bets we placed on ourselves. That's amazing. And I believe we also gained some bow. Yes, a decorated longbow. Let me quickly check that out. Awesome. Very nice indeed. It requires power draw of 3. I think this is a bow I will keep here for the Septa that will represent the Maiden, because she's going to go into battle with a bow, so I think this would fit quite well. Also, I picked up some tools and linen, so we can go ahead and make Dragonstone our headquarter. We can move our court from the Claw Isle to Dragonstone. I think it just makes a lot of sense. So we'll do that, but I think that was it. I will, well, continue to roam around and find some tournaments. In fact, you know what? Let me actually talk to the arena master here. If I could click on Braavos. Let me see, because he often tells you where tournaments are to be held. So yeah, let's see what he has to say. You seem to be new here. Can you share your name? I'm Theodan the True. I just won a tournament. You should know me. Anyway, we'll have one at Case in White Harbor. Now, if I remember correctly, both of them, I think Case 2 is currently held by the North, so not sure if we're really going to be able to participate in that. We'll have to see. But yeah, anyways, we'll leave now. That's pretty nice. And 2 more things I need to do. I think some of our companions have leveled up. Yeah, because we actually were set upon by some pirates. So yeah, we'll have to talk to these guys. They did an amazing job protecting us. So let's see. You need... What do you need? You need some more athletics. I think I will give you some more agility, and then we'll probably increase your intelligence too. But I guess for now, I'll just give you a bit more power strike, because you don't really need anything else but that. So we'll give you two-handed. You're looking pretty good. Yeah, very nice. And then we have Septon Jonathan, who has leveled up as well. Yes. No need to... Yeah, no need to be sad. Anyway, what do you need? I think you'll need some agility too. Probably. Yeah, that's probably the best. You do have 1 leadership, you have a bit of trainer, and I think athletics. Athletics or iron flight? I think athletics. No, I will give you this. You need to be moving around quickly, and then I can give you some more iron flash and power strike. I think that's fine. Okay, and yeah, you have your one-handed, or maybe... What if I was to give you some more weapon mass? I could give you more one-handed. No, well, I think we'll leave it at that. We'll give you athletics for now, and we'll probably increase your two-handed, and then your pull arms, and then we'll keep this, we'll save this for later. Awesome, and I actually leveled up myself as well. Very nice. So let's see, we could go for some more intelligence. What will give that? Some more pathfinding, and some more trainer, or inventory management, prisoner management. Spotting. I think we need a bit more... I would say more pathfinding and spotting. I think that's pretty good, yeah. And we actually have so many weapon points, but I don't really need them. I mean, I guess I could get a crossbow at some point for sieges. I might actually... You know what? I might actually put all these points into crossbow. Yeah, wow. Because then we can actually... Once we get one, we can use it, and I think that's pretty good. I'm not really a good archer, so there's no point in putting anything in there. And due to our armor, there's no reason to go for throwing either. So yeah, I guess this is fine. So if we now get a crossbow, we would do pretty well. Anyway, as I mentioned, we will continue to look for ways to make money. I might also try and trade, and if we have made enough money in total, I will probably buy some more productive enterprises. One in Hull, I have not bought one there, so that's something I will definitely do. Anyways though, that was it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.